Hey everyone, Devin here from American Aquarium. How you doing out there in the internet world? Got a question from one of our forums that we wanted to address. Aquariums will come pre-drilled with about a 2-inch hole, or they come a little bit smaller, but most of the time it's going to be about a 2-inch hole. So then we have to try to understand what size bulkhead. The misinformation that's out there is, so let's say you have a 2-inch hole, you'll need a close to a 1.5 inch or 1/5/8 bulkhead to fit in this hole. Not necessarily true. What we want to say is that you can have a 1-inch bulkhead, and as long as about half of your gasket is covering the hole, your 2-inch hole, it's not going to be a problem. If you take a look at the gasket here, the gasket is actually going to cover majority of the hole. About half or more of that gasket is going to be sitting over the hole. We recommend the 1-inch bulkhead because it's easier to adapt down. So we have our 1-inch. We adapt down to a 1-inch bushing here, and then we adapt down to a 1/2 inch, which is more standard for most aquarium filters. And here, of course, you would have Teflon tape on hand. And then this type of setup, the most popular would be under the aquarium. So top right here would be in the aquarium. You would have some type of catch in here. Under the aquarium would be the bulkhead to the bushing to our adapter, step down hose barb, and then into something, of course, like a canister filter under the aquarium in the cabinet. The trick that we would like to show is when you're installing these bulkheads, when you get this to about, almost screwed in, but not all the way, what you want to do is apply a bead of silicone on the glass or on your gasket here of the bulkhead inside the aquarium, and then also on the lock nut side of the aquarium. And then when these come together, it's pretty much just going to make 2 O-ring gaskets for this bulkhead, which is going to make it secure even longer. What also it means is that you don't have to tighten the bulkhead down as much. And that's kind of the trick, is how much to tighten down. When we're tightening this down, you want to mostly tighten by hand. And then when you get it all the way tight with by hand, you could possibly say use a wrench to tighten it, but just barely tighten it a little bit more. Having the silicone on both sides of the glass will make it so you don't have to over tighten it, which will mean that this thing will last longer and never bust under pressure. Really, when these things bust, what we've seen is because the lock nut's over tightened. So just to sum it up real quick again, you're just using the bulkhead. If it's a 2-inch hole, which is very standard, you're going to use 1 inch, adapt it down with the bushing. You want to apply your beads of silicone. The hole that the bulkhead can go into can be a little bit larger than we think, as long as that gasket is at least halfway covering the hole. Alright, I hope you guys learned something new through that video. Maybe you'll give bulkheads a try. Follow our advice. Make sure to check out our articles, videos, link in the description below, of course. Check out the plumbing parts page from American Aquarium Products. One of the best selections online, honestly, when it comes to just hooking up an aquarium plumbing wise. So check that out. Also, make sure to check out the aquarium specific safe 100% silicone from American Sealants. I did a video on that. Check that out in our YouTube feed channel. So appreciate your guys' support always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, subscribe, share. That's super important. If we can get more of that, this information goes online and really helps people, and that's when we actually get some real movement for the hobby. So appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.